What's up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here. This is part 2 of my top 25 albums of 2013. So this is going to be through number 10 to number 1. So let's jump right into it. At number 10 we have Rock and Tursa, the Giants of Old. This is another really impressive debut album besides others from different bands. And this type of band is a combination of folk with black metal combined, and I think it's just one of the most unique and solid debuts I have heard from modern music. And it is heavy, it's catchy, and it's definitely a solid album from these guys. And I do love a lot of the songs, including the Spellbound Night and the closure to the album, which I do love, from the beautiful sounds of the I think it was the flute, I believe. But this is definitely worth your time to check out this album. So another awesome album from a different band for you guys to check out. Number 9, the tie between Killswitch Engage, Disarm the Descent, and Soulfly Savages. Disarm the Descent is another fantastic release from Killswitch Engage. Jesse Leach is back with the vocals, and his vocals have been much more better in this album, and I do love Alive or Just Breathing and other albums, and this still continues the really heavy and aggressive metalcore vibes, and a lot of the songs on here are just memorable and really good stuff, from the non-stop aggression that has a lot of action behind the music and the stronger vocals from Jesse Leach. So it is another really great album from this band, so check it out if you haven't. Soulfly Savages, my personal favourites from this band are Dark Ages and Conquer. This is, in my opinion, one of my favourite albums from this band, and I do love Max Cavalera, and he's one of my favourite musicians, and Zion Cavalera's drumming on this is full of simple beats, but they are aggressive at the same time as well, because there's a lot of non-stop aggressive songs on this album. You know, Bloodshed, Cannibal Holocaust, This Is Violence, etc. And all the other songs are just pretty much the same thing, just aggressive all the way through. So I really do love Soulfly, because they're one of my favourite bands in modern metal. Number 8, the tie for my favourite thrash albums of the year: Death Angel, The Dream Calls for Blood, and Evil Skull. The Dream Calls for Blood is a really great, awesome thrash album, which is completely creative, from the complexity of guitar work and drumming work, and the very unique high vocal style. And all the songs on here are just really great and catchy at the same time. You know, songs like The Dream Calls for Blood, Left for Dead, Detonate, Son of the Morning, and all the other songs. So I really do love this album, from the amount of time that Death Angel had took from making this album, and it's definitely one impressive, strong album from their discography. It's just as great as their predecessors, in my opinion. Skull from Evil is my personal favourite from them, besides Five Serpents' Teeth. But as their discography goes, their creativity just keeps going better and better and better as they go along. And with Skull, they really have gone much more on the more unique creative side of their thrash elements, with more faster beats and guitar playing, more complex guitar solos here and there. It's just all over the place, but it's just another fantastic release. All over the place thrash from beginning to end. A lot of phenomenal songs on here that really do stand out. So Skull from Evil, another killer album from this band. Number 7, Scale the Summit, The Migration. The Migration is a really perfect instrumental album, once again, from this band. And I really do love how unique this band was, from the amount of time that they had been working for in this album, because there's been a lot of complexity from a lot of their creativity. And a lot of songs really do deliver from a lot of these beautiful aspects of the great top-notch quality sound and the guitar work, which is just absolutely outstanding, and the drumming, etc. So this is one of the best instrumental albums I have heard in quite some time now. So The Migration by Scale the Summit is another one of these really well made and excellent albums that they have done from their career. So definitely check it out if you haven't yet. Number 6, the tie for my favourite death metal albums of the year. Carcass, Surgical Steel, and Immolation, Kingdom of Conspiracy. Surgical Steel from Carcass is definitely, in my opinion, one of the best comeback albums ever in modern metal music, and they've been one of my favourite death metal bands of all time, and I really do love the more advanced complexity, creativity on the more of the stronger melodic side of their music, and with Surgical Steel it really does that with a lot of melodic guitar riffs and aggressive in-your-face drumming, which is just all over the place, and it is definitely a really great, perfect album from Carcass, and despite Hard Work being my favourite, this will have to be close to being my second favourite, so this is another excellent, well-made album from Carcass. And Immolation, Kingdom of Conspiracy. Kingdom of Conspiracy is definitely a really solid, in-your-face, aggressive death metal album from Immolation, and they had been one of the hardest working bands of the genre besides Carcass, and I really do love how unique this band can really be from their own style of guitar playing and just some top-notch, aggressive, fast-paced drumming, and these songs really do deliver a lot of catchy vibes as well, and it's like with other bands of like Autopsy and Cannibal Corpse and involving other bands. So Kingdom of Conspiracy is a really strong effort for Immolation, so it's just as good as their predecessor albums involving Majesty and Decay. Now we're into the top 5. Number 5, Stone Sour, House of Gold and Bones Part 2. As I said from my review of this is my favourite Stone Sour album. A lot of people say Come Whenever May, but there's something about this that I just love a little bit more. And part 1 of this project was my 5th favourite of 2012, but I do love this album with more of the more mature alternative metal vibes, and I do love Corey Taylor's vocals on here that are more cleaner, and some parts that are just, heavy vocals, with more cleaner vocals, and the music itself really does deliver the whole conceptual ideas behind the makings of this album. Well, these 2 albums of the House of Gold and Bones project is what I meant to say. But yeah, I do love all the songs on here, Red City, House of Gold and Bones, Stalemate, Black John, etc. So this album really does stand out to me the most from Stone Sour's discography and career. So this is a phenomenal release from Stone Sour, and I really do love them a lot. Number 4, the tie for Claim the Throne, Forged in Flame, and Trivium, Vengeance Falls. Vengeance Falls by Trivium is close of being one of my most favourite albums from their career, if not possibly my 2nd or 3rd favourite. And I really do idolise Shogun and Ascendancy a lot, and I really do dig their other albums. And I do love David Draymond's production on this album. And some people don't appreciate the way Trivium are going for now. But I really do love the more of the complex creativity from guitar playing, and more of the more mature style of vocals from Matt Heafy, and I really do love this album loads. You know, songs like Brave the Storm, Strife, At the End of This War, and No Way to Heal, and all these other tracks on this album that really do stand out a lot, like a lot of their songs from the previous albums. So Vengeance Falls for me is another really great, amazing album from Trivium. Claim the Throne, Forged in Flame. This is, in my opinion, their best album since I'm friends with the band, and you know, since I've met them with Ailstorm for the first time, and this is definitely a really big, epic release with some of the strongest vibes of folk with melodic death metal combined, and it is definitely an amazing, strong, and perfect album from Claim the Throne. I do love their predecessor, Triumph and Beyond, but I really do love this one a little bit more. So, you know, I have been a massive fan of this band, and putting my channel name and Moonsorrow 15's channel name inside this band's album booklet completely blew my mind. So, big shout out to these guys. Darkened Seas Collide, as I said, my favourite song of the album. And I always love the other songs are just heavy, aggressive, and really melodic at the same time. They're just full of catchiness and some strong vocal work and just some great heavy instrumentation and all the other things I could put into words. So Forged in Flame by Claim the Throne is a really outstanding release. So definitely check this out. Number 3. The Ocean Pileggi. This being one of my favourite concept albums of the year, and it's just a really great, impressive album from the ocean, and it's just all about the oceanic depths of the ocean, and you know, from the musical side it begins soft, you know, and also the ocean, but when the music gets more stronger and heavier, the ocean just rises up into like big waves, etc. Excuse me, and other things, and this really stands out perfectly from that concept, and this is like a combination of progressive metal with post metal and other genres, etc. So this had been one of my most played 2013 releases. This is another phenomenal release from the ocean, and it's just near perfection in my opinion, so I highly recommend this album. Number 2, Caledon Brood, Echoes of Battle. Echoes of Battle is one strongly well-recorded, well-written, and beautiful atmospheric black metal album. And in my opinion, it really blows Summoning's Old Morning's Dawn out of the water. And even though some people say that they are like a rip-off of Summoning, excuse me, but they were influenced by that band, and I really do love the whole atmosphere behind it, which is just absolutely great and just full of chilling, beautiful stuff to listen to, with the aggressive black metal vibes, and it really does deliver absolutely well. So this had been one of the most beautiful albums I've ever heard in existence. Songs like you know, the title track Echoes of Battle, Book of the Fallen, Wild Autumn Wind, City of Azure Fire, and just all the songs in general that really do stand out from the amount of depths of more atmosphere and mellow vibes of atmospheric black metal. So this is definitely one of the most near perfect black metal albums I've heard in a long time, so I really highly recommend this album. Now we've come to number 1, and it's the final tie on this list. The tie being Black Sabbath 13, and Soilwork, The Living Infinite. Black Sabbath with 13, they have returned, and this is, in my opinion, one of their strongest efforts from their discography. Bringing Ozzy Osbourne back with the band is just absolutely great for me. Bill Ward, retired, and they replaced him with Brad Wilk, from Rage Against the Machine, of the drums on this album, and I really do love a lot of the songs on here that really do stand out with a lot of the heavy, catchy, and doomy vibes. Songs like God Is Dead, End of the Beginning, Loner, Live Forever, and all the other tracks. So I love everything about this album. Soilwork's The Living Infinite. This is a really great melodic death metal masterpiece. The first double album of the genre. It is definitely one of Soilwork's strongest efforts, in my opinion, if not possibly one of my most favourite ones. But I really do love a lot of the songs on this 2-disc effort. So a lot of the songs really stand out from the more melodic, heavy instrumentation to the more cleaner and sometimes heavy vocal style. And this is probably like their most mature album to date, and it is just really, really great how Soilwork can make this style of their music absolutely perfect. So I do love a lot of things about this album, just the great vocals to the intense drumming work, and just the whole deliverance of the whole melodic side of the music and everything else. So this is a great album from Soilwork. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is the second part of my top 10 out of the top 25 favorite albums of 2013. I hope you guys liked it, and let's just see what 2014 will bring from music, and hopefully it'll be just as good as this year and 2012 and the other years. So keep it metal, guys, and thanks for watching.